investors. Welcome to the elevator. Going up.
I'm Marc Randolph, co-founder and first CEO of Netflix.
I'm Kim Perell, CEO of 100.co and serial entrepreneur.
I'm Dhani Jones, former NFL player, serial entrepreneur.
And today I'm
seeking entrepreneurs
who will elevate our daily lives.
This is Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch, presented by Amazon Business. Our first entrepreneur of the day is revolutionizing plant care with a groundbreaking invention.
Going up. Hello, Aabesh. Welcome to the elevator. Your pitch begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name's Aabesh, and I'm the founder of Flora. I'm here seeking $500,000 in exchange for a $7 million valuation for my company. If you're anything like me, you're unfortunately a serial plant killer, but you're not alone. 70% of the US in terms of households suffer from horticultural hopelessness. And it leads to a tune of over $23 billion lost yearly in the US in plants, landscapes, and gardens. I was wondering, why isn't there something out there that tells me exactly what my plants need to thrive? And that's why I invented the FloraPod. The FloraPod is a magical, patented smart plant monitor that tells you exactly what plant vitals your plants are feeling for moisture, light, temperature, humidity, and more to keep your plants thriving. It can be used indoors or outdoors for your vegetable and garden beds, and the Flora app can be used without the hardware and boasts a community of more than 300.
60 seconds is up. The good news, he got the ask in number
just
one.
in time.
No, in the first 5 seconds, he made the ask. I'm here for $500K. I actually have never seen that.
Although, the pitch did have some issues to it, it was the type of pitch where in my head I was going, oh my God, that's a great idea. He's speaking to a very real need, but, as always, should I evaluate the pitch or should I evaluate the product?
Yeah, and a lot of people that are out there now, whether you have pets or whether you have plants, you're in tight spaces and you want to make sure that everything lives and lives well.
Well, do you guys think we should take it to a vote?
Yeah, I think so.
Attention, Aabesh. Your pitch has been approved.
Let's go!
Welcome to the boardroom.
Plant King
Oh
arrives.
my goodness, thank y'all for having me. There's some big leaf energy in this room. I'm feeling it, I'm loving it. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you guys.
We're interested in learning more. You got cut off at the end of your pitch, so.
I did, oh man.
So we have some questions, and we are plant challenged, or at least I'm very plant challenged. So I definitely could relate to the problem you're trying to solve. But how much revenue have you generated to date?
Lifetime revenue, we've been in business in terms of monetization for about 3 years. We just crossed about 600K thus far.
Just give me some quick lightning round stuff. So
Yeah.
how is it sold?
So the way I like to describe it is two pieces. You've got the hardware, where we're selling direct to consumer, and then you've got the software component, where we have an app that is a freemium model subscription business. So you could go and download Flora right now, start identifying and diagnosing plants. For that side of the business, we've actually reached 150K in annual recurring revenue just from subscriptions and people using the app alone.
You currently have 150,000 in annual recurring revenue just from the app.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
He's
yeah.
a barracuda. He goes after it. He goes after that market.
That's right.
I love that. I want to know a little bit more about where you started off and why you love plants so much.
Funny story is, my mom has the greenest thumbs you will ever find. The story started when she gave me her prized rosebush plant that she had for years and years and years. I ended up taking that plant with my dear fiance Anna, and we ended up killing it in 8 short days.
8 days.
You killed the
went
plant.
from a beautiful plant
Yeah.
to a dead plant.
Yeah, that FaceTime call with my mom was not pretty. Yeah, she was shocked just like you are. And it was an emotional disappointment, right? There's a pain in losing something that's living. And I wanted to solve it for myself.
I love all the hullabaloo, the whole founder story stuff. But I want to understand the product. Way to describe it is underneath that little white dome.
Yep.
Is a light sensor, a moisture sensor, a
Yep.
humidity sensor.
You got that right.
All transmitted to your cell phone.
Exactly.
Can we see the product?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd
Can we
love to bring
open it
to you.
up?
Yeah.
So someone like Kim, in other words, can be in
Yeah.
LA and
There you
checking on the health of her plants in Miami.
That's literally what I'm doing right now.
How do I know? So I have
Yeah.
a money tree. It's my most valuable possession
Yes.
in my house.
You have one too?
I got a money
Do
tree.
you have a money tree?
I have a figurative money tree.
To your point, Kim, the way it works, so you stick it into the plant, right? And in
Okay.
under a minute, we have you paired to our own custom pairing process to your phone. We use Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so just like you said, Mark, I'm here in Florida. My plant's in Nashville. I'm literally getting live alerts on, hey, your tomatoes are actually a little bit thirsty because I know they're going through a dry spell right now. And so I get that live alert because it's hooked up to my Wi-Fi back at home.
Plant by plant. So
Yes.
obviously you're going to tell me my money tree needs to be watered less than my orchid, which I can't keep
Exactly.
alive either.
Yep.
You have one of these per plant?
Per pod. That's right.
You stick it in your money tree. Do you then go to the app and say, it's stuck in a money tree?
So we actually identify it for you. I actually built a custom computer vision model where we collected hundreds of thousands of images from people using our app when they were adding their plants. And so we trained our model to essentially identify the most common plants and houseplants that people are getting. So our free app lets you identify plants, diagnose plants, but the kicker, and Mark, I think you're gonna like this, we have a social media-like feed of people asking questions, supporting one another, you know, sending each other's thoughts and prayers on their dead plants, where we literally have a plant graveyard for you. And that has led to an insane average engagement time per daily active user of 35 minutes. That's higher than that currently of Twitter.
How much do they cost you to make them?
The cost to land per FloraPod is about $16 is what we're targeting at the moment. Currently, on average, they sell for about 55 bucks a pop at retail. So we have margins, but the beauty of what we built, it's not just the hardware, it's not just the app. What I'm really trying to create here, guys, is sort of a one-stop shop for plant parents. The way we build that up is through the subscription and the add-on. So we've actually started private labeling our own water misters, our own fertilizer. We've actually started selling plants directly to consumers through the partnerships that we built with other partners in the ecosystem. My vision is this is sort of just a foot in the door, right? The way that we scale all of that up, and we're seeing this happen right now.
It seems to me that the hardware piece, to your point,
Yeah.
sort of starts to beget the rest of the entire plant industry.
Exactly.
Is that also a potential distraction of the overall business?
The way we've been able to balance it out is have the focus be on the technology, on the app, and the ecosystem. And because of the $150K in annual recurring revenue, we've been able to reinvest that into the hardware, into the supply chain.
So with the investment that one of us could potentially make,
Yeah.
what would you direct that money towards?
So about 40% is gonna go towards getting to economies of scale to get that $16 cost per land for the FloraPods. Another 200K is gonna go towards growth marketing. And then last but not least, building out the full-time team.
What is the landscape of other competitive apps for plant care?
All the other apps have a really strong focus on plant identification. There's one other that does a good job in terms of the community element, but none of those guys have hardware differentiation, and none of those guys have built out the content proprietary database that we have.
I like the fact that you have the software piece and the hardware piece, but that social platform is incredible. But the distraction of working on the hardware, I think, might be too much of a challenge for your business. And so for that reason, I'm gonna have to pass.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
I like what you're doing. I like you. I think you're a great entrepreneur with a lot of passion about plants.
Thank you.
I also think it's early. I don't think you've actually figured out which path you're going to take from a revenue perspective. Like maybe it's the community, maybe it's the hardware, I'm not sure. But I would be interested in investing 100K at the last round, which is 5 million, because that was basically 6 months ago.
Okay, that's fair.
Mark, are you interested?
I also like what you're doing. And Dhani, in some ways you're correct that it's a defocusing aspect. Hardware is awful. But in the other way, it's a very, very big differentiator. So I too want to participate. What I'd love to do is I'll put in $100,000 and we'll do it at the 7, but why don't you assume that it's the equivalent of a $125,000 investment, even though it's all.
It's 25K in advisory shares.
Yes.
So you got 100,000. at the former valuation, 125,000 at the current valuation. Think about it for a second.
I would love to go with you, Mark. I think the 125K offer is more than fair. It keeps us in the same valuation as we're raising. Kim, I would love to stay connected. I love your background. But Mark, I think you'd be the right guy for the job with your knowledge of membership-based subscriptions.
Mark doesn't have a money tree, but now he does.
Now you got a good money tree, so this is yours for the taking.
This is your money tree. Great job, Mark. Congrats.
Mark,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Thank you, guys. It's honestly all a blur right now. It's excitement, nervousness, and to have Mark come on board, he's gonna be amazing, and just, I feel like a fun partner to work with.
Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch is presented by Amazon Business for every organization at every stage of growth. Our next entrepreneur of the day is on a mission to bring women everywhere stylish, on-trend accessories with her stationery brand.
Going up. Hello, Kalyn. Welcome to the elevator. Your pitch begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Kalyn Chandler. I am the CEO and founder of Effie's Paper, Stationery, and Whatnot. I bootstrapped this business because there was not a lifestyle accessories company that spoke to women who look like me. We're online, and we sell our products on end caps at Walmart, in Home Goods, and at hundreds of boutiques around the country. To increase profitability, we've added additional product categories, which has led to opportunities to create elevated swag for companies like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. And now we're entering the $4.6 billion collegiate athletic apparel market. I bleed maize and blue, but I'm married into the Sooner Nation. Women account for 42% of the collegiate fan base, yet only 7.6% of apparel sales. I am looking for a $100,000 investment to create stylish swag for collegiate women.
Whoa, I was rooting for her to pull that out, and I think she finally did. You look like you're not quite
I'm
impressed.
so confused. They're in Walmart, or are we going after collegiate women? I'm so confused.
All I heard was Michigan. That's all I need to hear.
That's enough for you?
That's enough for me. We have to make decisions here. But when I hear my university, and look, so much of investing is relationship-based.
Did you go to your school?
Maize and Blue. I went to the University of Michigan.
Missed
the
that.
greatest.
I'm still
How did you
thinking
miss
about-
that? I
because
talk
heard
about it all the
Walmart. I
time.
heard you know what's really interesting is 3 investors can hear the exact same pitch, and we all take it in differently based on our own personal experiences.
On the other hand, it could be a case of what we investors call happy ears. You hear the thing you want to hear, and boom, you're there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Shall we vote?
Let's do it.
Attention, Kalyn. Your pitch has been denied.
So is it that easy for you? You just need to throw out the old alma mater and the checkbook comes out?
Look, as I was saying, I saw a Michigan graduate. It doesn't matter whether they're doing a little bit of business or a lot of business. Investing is all relationship-based. If you went to the University of Michigan, I'm always going to welcome you in my boardroom. Relationships matter.
I didn't hear enough to really give me the sense of what you did.
What were the numbers? You were just swayed by the blue.
I'm frustrated because the pitch wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. The time is ticking, the clock is ticking, get your words out. Not my comfort zone right now, but it will become mine. I have no doubt.
Next up, an entrepreneur who hopes to make Wi-Fi accessible anywhere, anytime.
CleverFi is a new solution that allows anyone to connect to Wi-Fi automatically without having to ask for the password ever again. I was one of the first Airbnb in New York, and I realized that people struggle with technology. There's never anyone that can help you to support you. Oh, I can't connect, or the internet went away. And I realized that there is a way to automate all of that.
Going up. Hello, Mario. Welcome to the elevator. Your pitch begins in 3, 2, 1.
Hello? What's the Wi-Fi password? How many times have you asked this question before? My name is Mario Soave. I am the founder of CleverFi, and we created a new solution that allows anyone to connect to Wi-Fi automatically and securely without having to ask for the password ever again. Our secret sauce is that you don't need an app to connect. You see, as an IT director, I've installed Wi-Fi for New York Fashion Week, and I had all kinds of problems, including cybercrime. And in my Airbnb, when the guests arrived and there was some issue with the Wi-Fi, they were not tech savvy to solve it promptly. And so they had a better experience and they left me a bad review. Fast forward, now CleverFi has launched, is generating some revenue in the hospitality, but we're also testing cafe, restaurant, and even businesses. With a patent granted in the US and 11 other regions of the world, we're seeking for $200,000 for 4% of our company. Thank you and ciao.
An interesting pitch, an interesting industry with so many different connected devices that are out there. It's got me thinking about this product and really how it fits into all these different companies.
I certainly appreciate the depth of the problem, but don't you have the Apple device where you basically share
I can
your
just put my
password?
phone next to your phone and it just shares automatically.
I mean, is he saying he can do that for any device?
I liked his charm. I just felt like the charm was I have some revenue.
He got to it at the very end.
Some revenue.
Some revenue.
Some revenue.
Guys, I'd like some revenue too, but how much is some?
A vote is necessary.
Let's do it.
Attention, Mario. Your pitch has been approved.
Yes!
Mario, welcome. Come on into the boardroom. That was a great pitch.
Thank you, I'm so excited to be here.
Something that's a little bit competitive to what Apple has. So we're curious, starting right there, how do you defend yourself against a company like Apple that's a big behemoth that's doing kind of what you're exactly doing?
Apple basically did a new technology that allowed you to share a password between devices. And that only works with Apple devices. As you can see, when you travel with your family or your kids, they not only have Apple devices, okay? And so this works with every device that you see here on the display. I'll be happy to show you a demo because I think it's the best to explain is to actually show it because there is a completely non-obvious approach to connecting to Wi-Fi. So I'll be happy to hand over to you like a couple of phones and show you how it works.
So are all these different types of phones?
Yes, it works
like all
with
different phones?
Any different phone. For today, I brought some iPhone. You can unlock the phone. I'm gonna get back here. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna activate CleverFi. Let me start with you, Kim. And so I'm gonna activate Kim. Let's simulate that Kim has made a reservation to a hotel. And Kim just went through the front desk and did a check-in, right? So usually when you do a check-in, they assign you a room, and there is a reservation that ties, how much time you're gonna be in that room. Like room 302 from Monday through Wednesday. So at that moment, CleverFi turns on in your room so that you can get to the room and all your device connects automatically. So basically you register the first time with your mobile number. Once you register, then it connects automatically. It's kind of like having your home Wi-Fi that takes and travel with you.
Right now, you sent us a text. It says host Mario 13. You have a Wi-Fi name, your Wi-Fi password. Do we take this and put it into the Wi-Fi?
Yes.
I'm looking. Something happened, but I'm not sure exactly
what's going to happen is that the phone will connect to Wi-Fi automatically, which it did for you, right?
It did automatically.
And did for you, right?
Oh, you didn't need to go into the network and...
Nothing. What I wanted to do with this is basically bring the same experience that we have at home. I look at my daughter like she was 6 years old. She arrived at grandma's house and she's already connected. She doesn't even think about connecting.
Your pitch was great, but the part that you lost me at was you said, and there's some revenue.
It means that we got revenue as a test, we test like hospitality, coffee shop, restaurant, and we're looking to find the best.
But how much revenue?
10,000 for the first year. So for this year, we're about to launch like a new solution, and we're projecting like 50,000. We're at the early days.
I'm going to introduce you to Kim. It's too early, Perell. So you basically have a cool technology you've spent 3 years developing, and now finally you're working full time on it. You're trying to figure out the right customer. So let's say that I'm a hotel. I have 800 rooms. Is there like a hotel price? Is there a chain price? Is that the objective here?
Yes, so exactly. We charge per location and depending on the use case.
The friction point is you need to get the person's cell phone number.
Yes, like it's tied to the
Not
phone
you.
number.
I mean, the hotel does.
Yes.
Or the coffee shop, or the convention center.
Correct, which they usually have when people register. You know, through the registration, they usually get their email, their phone number.
Tell us about the patent.
So yeah, I have a patent granted in the US for method, software, and hardware. Now, we obviously want to stay with software, and then I expanded in 11 other regions of the world.
This is basically a corporate sales model, an enterprise sales model almost. You're not going to go coffee shop to coffee shop and Airbnb to Airbnb.
No, we do like chain or like bigger, like you say, like.
I mean, listen, you're just starting out, which is amazing, and I think everyone starts somewhere, so you've got to get into market, get market feedback, understand the pricing model, and then pivot if necessary. But as Marc said, it's unfortunately too early for me. So I'm going to pass.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I think to myself, this is the type of company that is nascent for a little bit of time. You start to build some track record, and then all of a sudden, a big company comes along and acquires you. Because of your current state, and because I don't know exactly which company would be the one that acquires you, I'm gonna have to pass.
I'm fighting with myself because there's certain investments where you're kind of getting this feeling that something big is going to happen. I travel a lot, and I do know the pain of logging into hotels and passwords, and it's a big problem to solve. The problem is it's a complicated ecosystem. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick myself for not investing. I'm going to pass.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
I am too. So
Marc.
please go and make me regret this and prove me wrong, because I think it's a really cool technology the world needs.
Thank you.
Prove us wrong. That's the great ability of any entrepreneur. When they come into a boardroom and they may not get what they want, you still have an ability to do something great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mario.
Thank you.
Good luck.
It's been a blessing to be here, and it was a great experience. I know the world needs my solution, and it's just like a matter of time until this is gonna explode everywhere. The future of CleverFi is that not only is gonna make friction.
Attention, Mario. Your presence has been requested back in the boardroom.
Mario.
Welcome back.
I didn't think I'd see you back so soon.
Yeah, me neither.
This was such an interesting idea that, I mean, all of us were kind of talking as you were on your way down about how there was something here. It just wasn't quite at the point where I think we could pull the trigger to make a significant investment. But we think it's an idea that we want to support. So, on behalf of Amazon Business, we'd like to give you $10,000, which we hope you will use to grow your business.
Thank you so much. I am blessed of this grant. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's an idea which, if you can pull it off, is going to help a lot of people. So
thank you for
supporting. Come on, man. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Come on.
Thank you so much.
Group hug, group hug, group hug. I like the group hugs.
Thank you, Marc.
Huddle up. Come on.
I am so excited. I got a cash prize from Amazon Business. You never know what's going to happen in Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch.
Out of all the entrepreneurs who stepped into the elevator today, only 2 made it into the boardroom, and just 1 was able to secure a high-flying deal with our investors. However, Mario from CleverFi was able to secure a $10,000 cash prize, courtesy of Amazon Business. In the high-stakes world of business, if you want to achieve your dreams, you must rise to the occasion. To get to the top.
Let's go!
Tune in next week as Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch continues.
That is a big miss.
I like his confidence.
I'm just going to slide the check under the elevator door.
And to apply for the next season, go to entrepreneur.com/elevator pitch.